I'm Glenn. In this round, we're talking more fishing things, and in this case, getting ready for some preps to the Texas coast for yours truly's home state. And we like setting up for shark fishing rigs. And one of the things that helps me with getting everything rigged up, because you can purchase your leaders and whatnot on the coast, but they do tend to cost a fair amount, 15, 20 bucks in some cases. But with this baby right here, I've got my crimper. I've got these various size sleeves right here and some leader material. In this case, weed eater line. This is 0.095. Technically, it's rated supposedly for 400 pounds. We've caught a 5-foot shark with it. We've caught several of the big uglies, as well as some bruiser red drum, 44-inch, 41-inch. Basically, we've had a really good success making our own rigs using the crimper right here, using the crimper sleeves, and then the 0.095 size weed eater line. All right. We also use a 0.065. That one's also been good for us, but I kind of like the 0.95 because, well, I can lift it up most times, or at least not worry about the leader breaking, and we can lift it up, but we do bring a pier net, of course. Anyhow, check out that these items next time you think about setting up your own rigs, doing some shark fishing on the coast. Check it out. So we're getting some questions on what rig we were using. So here's a quick demo on what we used. We were using this thing, weed eater line. Right here, 0.095 weed eater line right there. Had two different kinds. I don't think it really mattered. I ended up using this one because it was some leftover one from our old weed eater. So about a 2-foot section of this. And the reason we went with 2 foot is because we're using short rods. With a little 6-foot rod. Let's see, it was a Mariner 2 from Penn. We also had a 10-foot surf rods. We still kept the 2-foot length and just extended the wire harness to a longer length. I think it was a 2 foot for the wire harness, or correction, the wire portion of it. And that's this piece right here, this Malin hard wire. All right. And that was, I think, yeah, it was a 1.5 feet, 18 inches for the smaller size one we were using for those 6-foot rods. We had a little crimping tool, came in pretty handy. It's the one that has 2.2 millimeter right here, as well as a 1 to 2 to 0.5 to 1 to 0.1 to 0.05, but we ended up using this 2.2 portion of it right here. And we had these crimps that we picked up from Amazon, catch-all tackle. We use these swivels, ball bearing swivel right here. If they pull, it doesn't come loose, versus the other one that has that little snap that'll pop out. And then we were using one of these slider rigs for our weight. Make a loop on one end right here. Take it through. Left about an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch piece right here sticking out, and then I adjusted the loop to about yay big there, and then I crimped it once on the end here and once on the end. I did 3 crimps initially, but then I found that all you needed was 2. So you take the crimping tool, put it on the 2.2 right here, leave about 1/8 of an inch piece there, and then we just crimp it. So one on one end. And I was able to do this to set up some rigs on the fly while we were out on the pier to make some adjustments, or when we broke off. Had a couple times where the shock leader or line broke and we lost our whole rig on the cast, or just little oopses here and there. Okay, so there it is. So 2 crimps, and it flares out nicely right there. And that's it. Okay, so that's one. Next thing is you take your little swivel deal and you put that through like so. And now it just runs the whole length here. And then we'll go ahead and get the other crimp, get that through as well. This time we'll take our snap swivel, put it on there, take it around. There's some other rigs where they use a little like a some kind of protector nylon deal here. I guess that would work for those bigger fish and whatnot, but since we're just average Joes just going out there for a little bit, this lasted 3 days with no issue, so we kind of stuck with it. All right, so we've got it on there, got the swivel, snap swivel, and we'll now do another crimp again. Okay, and there it is. So we've got this end is where the wire is going to go and the hook on the end right here. And then this is the one that'll go onto the line or that shock leader. And that shock leader we used was 50-pound test. This is the shock leader we're using, this Cabela's 50-pound mono right there. So the next thing is the wire. Again, we're using this Malin hard wire. In this case, we use the number 9, which is rated at 108-pound test. 108-pound test, 0.022 diameter. Once we figure out how to do that haywire twist and get these on with any other special tools, and starting out with the one end that is just going to be a loop. At this point, I'll be doing some twisting here. Twist with this hand going one way, the twist with the other hand going the other way, basically interlocking the wire versus making it one wire wrapping the other, which is basically a barrel twist. They say to do it about 7 times. I think I was doing it about 6 or 7. So there's that, and then we'll then do the barrel twist, which is taking it at the 90 and doing about 2 or 3 wraps around. And then in the past I was using a little clip like a wire cutter, but instead you can just bend it and it'll snap, and then it leaves a nice clean break. All I'm doing is just bending it back and forth. There we go. That one's off, and now I can feel I can rub it there and it doesn't catch. It's not sharp or anything. Okay, so here's the end product. You got the loop on one end. You got the little slider rig here for the weight. You have the other loop with that barrel snap swivel. Here's the haywire twist piece with the wire, 18 inches. And there's that hook. And we're able to switch these on the fly as need be, because with no tool, break off the tag end by just kind of twisting back and forth. I think there was another one where someone did like a handlebar thing to turn it and it snapped off as well. But when we store it, we take off the wire piece, and we actually kept it in 2 separate Ziploc bags. So kept this piece in one Ziploc bag, and we just take this, kind of roll it into a coil, keep that in the other Ziploc bag. And we actually got to use these the whole day, or the whole 3 days we were there. They do rust, so we ended up just throwing those away after the trip. But in the end, you had no break-offs with wire or with the weed eater line. We'd have done many times this round if we didn't have that net, especially with the big redfish, the big ugly, as well as the that 54-inch blacktip shark.